On Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, the fourth annual Leadership Colloquium, themed Mistakes Nigeria Made, took place in honor of Pastor Itual Ighodalo's upcoming 63rd birthday anniversary at the Trinity House Auditorium in Victoria Island, Lagos. Pastor Itual Ighodalo, a distinguished Nigerian clergyman, entrepreneur, and philanthropist, is widely acclaimed for his significant contributions to both spiritual and societal domains. Born on April 6, 1961, his journey is marked by steadfast faith, exceptional leadership, and a dedication to effecting positive change in the lives of those he encounters. As the founder and senior pastor of Trinity House, a vibrant and inclusive church in Lagos, Pastor Itual aims to positively impact society through faith, education, and empowerment initiatives. The event was chaired by General Ike Nwachukwu, MNI, a two-time Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs. Notable personalities in attendance included Donald Duke, former governor of Cross River State, Atedu Peterside, Nigerian entrepreneur and investment banker who was the keynote speaker, Chief Adebayo Alda, Alawe of Iru, representing His Royal Majesty, Oba Abdulwasiu Omokbonaho Lawal Muniru of Iruland, Olori Ambassador Tokwe Ogunwusi, wife of the Oni of Ife, Dr. Reuben Abati, former special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Professor Mrs. Olubukola Oyawuyi, former Osun State Commissioner for Environment and Sanitation, and many others. The event commenced with the Nigerian National Anthem and an opening prayer led by Pastor Niyi Okenzwa. Pastor Jeremiah Akishili, founder of Triune Foundation, gave the welcome address, expressing immense gratitude to the guests for making the event a reality and providing a brief overview of the colloquium.
At Triune Foundation, we believe that a new Nigeria of our dream will emerge, notwithstanding, but we have identified a mistake and we have chosen the right path for true restoration. Like you gather here and listen virtually, I can rest assured that distinguished keynotes and other special guest discussants of no status will bring their resourcefulness to bear in this theme for this year colloquium. Our expectation that in the next 365 days we truly reflect our collective resolve for repositioning our nation and our continent. Our immense gratitude once again to all our partners, our guest speakers, our co-organizer, and everyone that have honored us with their presence at this time of this year colloquium. You are all welcome and God bless you.
During the opening remarks, General Ike Nwachukwu expressed delight at chairing the occasion and briefly highlighted historical mistakes in Nigeria, emphasizing the theme's significance to contemporary social reality.
Is Nigeria not being a true federation a mistake? Is the culture of not making merit the basis of governance and business engagements in Nigeria a mistake? Are the clamors for better accommodation by the ethnic nationalities within the Nigerian space a collective mistake? It's not granting audience to voices seeking better recognition and representation of their ethnic nationalities in what is today's Nigeria, especially the call for renegotiation, devolution of powers, restructuring a mistake, while the efforts made by various governments and organizations to find an agreeable basis for mutual and harmonious coexistence and share of our national wealth a collective mistake? Are the calls for renegotiation by the ethnic nationalities as a kind of country they wish to belong to a collective mistake? Is adopting the presidential system of government a mistake? Is asking that we return to a parliamentary mode of government in Nigeria a mistake? Is the call for restructuring or remodeling or rebuilding Nigeria to become a sustainable and enduring state a collective mistake.
Atedu Peterside delivered an elaborate keynote speech on mistakes made in Nigeria, outlining 9 mistakes and suggesting 6 possible ways to address them.
The few leaders whose sense of patriotism goes beyond seeking their share of the spoils. Indeed, we must identify and celebrate the handful who continue to insist that their priority will remain seeking the greatest good for the greatest number of Nigerians, because they're a rare breed. And then finally, we must learn to put our trust in persons who still exhibit a genuine belief in social justice and encourage them to deploy both modern and traditional tools to expand their network and spread across the nation. So, like I said before, doing nothing is not an option. So what has Pastor Itual done today? You can call this also his contribution. He could have done nothing, but doing nothing is not an option. I'm here because I respect him and because he's among those Nigerians who are encouraging those who are fighting state capture and shows me that he's patriotic, and I want to join people like him to help to bring about change. So thank you very much, Pastor Itual. Thank you for the audience. It is my sincere hope that something will start out of this kind of engagement. God bless you all.
A panel session moderated by Mr. Bayo Rutimi followed, featuring Professor Mrs. Olubukola Oyawoye and Dr. Ruben Abati as panelists discussing the theme.
My perspective is mistake Nigeria made. What is Nigeria? An entity, a space of land with 923.8 square kilometers of land mass, over 68,000 hectares of arable land where we can crop. Did that land make any mistake? No, it's a beautiful creation of God, amalgamated together. But Nigerians have made mistakes of not realizing who we are. Great people, situated in a very wonderful landmass that even foreigners want to come and occupy. And I think our greatest mistake is that we have not outlined our vision and our mission. It would have been taken from our national anthem. It would have been assumed that we have a vision and a mission. But I've looked through. They are just wishful thinking. What do we want to be as a nation?
What is important is what Socrates says: the unexamined life is not worth living. So we have to keep examining so that we can make progress. And the first thing I like about this event is the note of optimism that I got from General Nwachukwu's chairman's remark. He drew up all the questions, interrogated, raised the questions. I wrote down a nation of mistakes. But when he then said, okay, what we have to do is to seize the opportunity to define the path to the future and ensure that we do not repeat the mistakes of the past. So what do you expect? General Nwachukwu is a complete Nigerian. He would definitely be more interested in the progress of Nigeria. And when Mr. Peterside also gave his speech, he ended up saying, we must not give up. In other words, also on an optimistic note, that progress is possible, that Nigeria can be a better place, it can be more inclusive, as General Nwachukwu said, and that to do otherwise is to betray our citizenship.
The celebrant, Pastor Itual Ighodalo, appreciated everyone and stressed the need to continue the discourse until solutions are found.
I am very, very encouraged. This colloquium started with my young friend, Jeremiah Akise. When I turned 60, I'd lost my wife about 6 or 7 months before. And he then said to me, he wanted to support me, to help me, to encourage me, to comfort me. And they thought that at the age of 60, I should have a colloquium and continue in my debate and interest of Nigeria. When we were in Christchurch many years ago, we used to have a conversation on a regular basis, the Timeless series at the museum, but having left Christchurch and all the challenges, and discuss Nigeria and agree how we want Nigeria to go forward, and if it results in some parts of Nigeria going one way or the other, then so be it. We must not be afraid of facing the truth, saying the truth, and discovering the truth and deciding on what I think is the best way forward.
The event concluded with Pastor Ighodalo presenting plaques to the chairman, keynote speaker, and other significant contributors, followed by a recap by Dr. Tomi Oyetola and the national anthem.